into Dog Lake here. Just gonna do a quick tour inside the home. There'll be a couple videos given the size of the property and the funky and everything. Coming inside here, it's a small foyer area with a closet, stair up, and right into the kitchen. So not a ton of closure for like any kind of winter gusts or anything like that, but don't think it's gonna be a huge deal. Inside, we've got our granite countertops, and there's the engineered hardwood floor there. In the kitchen, it looks pretty like builder grade for the finishes. Do have a little bit of everything though. There's dishwasher installed already. Your microwave is your hood vent. In general, like the appliances kind of look a little bit worn. Definitely some years left, but just in terms of valuing everything. Coming through the home, it was sort of what I suspected, with the finishes maybe not kind of matching up to others in the area for dollars per square foot. For how much was put into here to try and kind of appraise the value of the home itself. But the setting is definitely almost more phenomenal than I thought. It's really pretty. I can only imagine what that looks like in the summertime. Just simple baseboards with quarter round there. Not all of it's touching the ground even. Paint job was a little bit I don't know if they just didn't paint enough or if it wasn't done super well, but nothing like structurally concerning that I've come across so far. We have a couple finish items that were less than great, just the quarter round not matching, popping up over the tile here. Tile was like black jacked into there. Doesn't even look like it was it's not even a mortar product or grout or anything like that. I'm not entirely sure that needed to be there, if that was just what they had on hand. And then outside, surely the door is taped here. I'll leave that alone. But the deck doesn't really have any rails or anything like that. Pretty rudimentary. Would have been nice if it kind of went all the way across to the primary, but things that can be done later. There's a lot of stuff where the home could be greatly improved to increase value, but I guess obviously for the purpose of the video is just to determine today's value. And then our system's there. There was one thing on the listing that I need to inquire about, which was ground source for the heat. There's a heat pump ground source in the wood fireplace. So we've got some pantry area here. A bit more. There's not really much set up inside those spaces, just the kind of cheap plastic shelving. So that could be another investment there as well, to have that turned into proper kind of functional storage space. And under the stairs, the flooring just kind of terminates here. There is a hatch that hopefully I can kind of explore. We'll do that in the video though, it'll just be too dark. Little under stair area. Bathroom here with sort of almost like an outdoor transition strip there, and a tile floor, and just an insert here for the tub, so no tile work or anything like that. Very simple vanity. And then to mention too, there's no like closet doors on the closets, this walk-in closet, or foyer closet, sorry. And then the window coverings and everything too. It's probably a good at least $5,000 would have to go into getting all the windows covered. Assuming you want that done. Just normally when I come across buyers that are evaluating a home like this, they always come up. Looks like people have been very comfortable without, though. Good sized room down here. I'm sorry, not the primary, just the second bedroom. That's where I felt like the deck probably could have come across a little bit more. They did have rails for these folks, though. Closet with no doors. Again, very simple with the finishes. It's like a $10 light. Do have a date on there. It's the age of the home, I'm sure, for the windows and everything, but not seeing a ton of screens for those for opening and closing, but maybe they have those stored somewhere. I'm sure you can imagine opening your window for fresh air with no screen with the buds inside wouldn't be great. Again, no door. There's our unit there. Hopefully the BTUs and everything are good for this size of space. Your AC and heat. It's nice and toasty in here right now, but there was wood in the fire earlier. As we come through, there is another entrance that you can go through. Instead of your front door that goes into more of a utility area with laundry. Don't see a dryer anywhere. We have our venting and our electrical there at least, though, so one can be hooked up. Very basic laundry sink. Hot water tank appears to be owned, but we'll make sure. Solid UV, all the good stuff looking to be here. It looks like maybe some kind of treatment happening here. Could be a chlorine drip, which could be treating like a sulfur type water. We can inquire into that. And we have our unit here. Of course, that will be kind of relying more on a home inspector to evaluate that system, age, and all the rest of it. Simple shelving again, otherwise that would be just kind of a empty space there. A pretty impressive panel here. Definitely 200 amp room on it. And I'm guessing some of the paneling here might have something to do with the bunkie, but I did see a sub panel, I think, down the driveway as I came in, so maybe there's just some more power needs happening in the garage here. From the unit, kind of alludes to the driveway being the owner's responsibility to clear, or that's how they're currently doing it, so we might have to look into who might be clearing that for you if you're not doing it yourself. I'm sure there is someone in the area that will. Seems very well built in here. Concrete pad and everything's in great shape. There's not a crack to be seen. Insulated doors. Got a nice solid beam going across the ridge there. I'm not seeing what we'd be drawing a bunch of power in here. It definitely has electrical. And then there's a little side door out there. Not much to be seen. There's a wood chipper, or a wood splitter, sorry. And then there was some drainage for probably a sump, sending water off away from the home for a drainage plan. Upstairs here, we have a little loft. My dad's a builder, and I just checked to see if maybe there was supposed to be trusses in here. Given the dimensions of everything in here, I think it's probably fine. And they did double up on the rafter here. So I'll just send him some notes and see what he has to say about that. Otherwise, there's good storage up here. Light. Windows on each side with screens for a cross draft. Since there isn't heating and cooling in here, so that's great. You get to inquire if you need any of these items in here, like the riding lawnmower, or if anything could be available. You never know. Little workbench over there. simple lighting. And just the one garage door is on an opener, which they claim to have a fob and everything for. So if you wanted both, you would have to install another opener. Okay. And we'll just wrap up upside with the bedroom upstairs. Just thinking if that's to code with the electrical there. Everything seems like the attention was put in there where you'd probably please the Ontario Building Code, just not everything is done with like high effort or care. So there might be, not care, attention to detail, sorry. So there might be some things that the more trained eye might not be satisfied with and want to work on still. And it's all just the things that you see as you come up the stairs, so it's not like they're up high and out of the way. Do love this space up here. It's a little undefined with the way it's staged right now, but I imagine with like a workout area and a bit more of an office setup or something, make yourself more comfortable. It could be pretty amazing. The views up here are definitely phenomenal. I'm sure you remember all this from your experience with the home when you went to the open house. View's even better from over here. And it looks like your internet setup there. We'll inquire. I find most people end up just going with Starlink, but you never know, there could be some decently priced and effective local service. Okay, into the primary. Again, no window coverings or anything. We have a pretty simple walk-in closet. It does have a little bit of shelving added in there, but it can be beefed up more to make that more useful. And a really nice area to hang it here. Just 3 seasons in here. It's heated up pretty well just with the sunlight, but a little cooler at night. I forgot to show when we were downstairs, just the spider webs at the top of the chimney pipe. This would be a lot easier to clean, but I think that might be a little hard. And then there's just some areas where, again, could have been cleaner. I missed downstairs as well. There was a room and the paint job was just like not quite cutting the corners well. It looked a little rushed. Just some tape would have been great. And then you have your ensuite bathroom here. It's just a 3-piece, but that's pretty handy to have. View here is just your roof, but with everywhere else, and it being a bathroom, probably not the worst. Just a simple tile floor there. Okay, that's the inside. We've got more to view, so I'll be with you soon.